Hello, this is Aaron Kitzmiller from Informatics and Scientific Applications. In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to use the Slurm port forwarding plugin to launch an iPython notebook on the Odyssey cluster. We'll be starting from an Odyssey login node. A basic familiarity with Slurm, Odyssey, and iPython notebooks is assumed. Often, iPython notebooks are started and viewed on the same computer. By default, the iPython notebook server runs on port 8888. So notebooks will appear at localhost 8888 in a browser. Because Odyssey is a shared system and code should not be run on login nodes, notebooks should only be launched on compute nodes. Port forwarding using the Slurm tunnel plugin allows you to run iPython notebooks on compute nodes and view them on your laptop. First, I'm going to log into Odyssey with a plain terminal session. Once connected, I'm going to start an interactive session with srun. For srun, I specify all of the usual parameters, including -t. I'm setting 300 seconds for t because this will be a short demo and I want to get allocated quickly. My last parameter, before the command to run, is --tunnel. The argument for this parameter is a pair of numbers corresponding to the ports that will be used to communicate between the nodes. The first number is the port on the submit host, and the second is the port on the compute host. I'm going to use 8899 for both in this case. Since there's only one port 8888 on a given host, if everyone specified the default port, there would be conflicts, since only one process can use it at a time. However, this means that I have to start iPython with the --port parameter and point my browser to localhost 8899 instead. Now that we have a prompt on a compute host, I'm going to load iPython from the new module system. As you can see, this is the default Anaconda distribution. Anaconda comes with a number of pre-installed modules, including iPython. Now I'll launch the iPython notebook, and I'll use port 8899 to make sure our tunnel will work. To finish the last piece of the connection, I'm going to create an SSH tunnel connection from my laptop to Odyssey. Since I'm logged into RC Login 04, I'm going to connect directly to that login node. This connection is a little different than the usual SSH to Odyssey because I specify the tunnel using 8899 and I add -f and -n parameters. These last two switches will cause the connection to work in the background. As you can see, the SSH connection is now running in the background on my laptop. Now I'll go to a browser window and point it to port 8899 on the local host. As expected, we can see our notebook dashboard. I'll go to a notebook and run a hostname command. As expected, we are running on one of the Odyssey compute nodes. And an ls-l gives me all the contents of my home directory on Odyssey. Give this notebook a name, close the tab, and shut down the notebook. I can shut down the server with a Control-C, and we're done. When I exit the interactive session, the port forwarding tunnel will be automatically cleaned up. Now the last bit to take care of is to kill the background SSH session on the laptop. a little complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's a nice way to use these powerful tools on the Odyssey cluster. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps.